What's going on, you guys? I'm Heather and welcome to Foxy Fitness. In this week's video, I have a little something different. I know I typically share my workouts and vegan recipes here on my channel, but I thought that I would do kind of a sit down video, something that I don't normally do, kind of get out of my comfort zone and give you guys some solid fit tips that you can actually implement and utilize in your training. So there is a lot of misconception when it comes to muscle building, you know, how exactly does muscle grow? And depending on who you ask, you'll get a different answer. So if you ask somebody, they might say, just gotta lift heavy, bro. The other person might suggest that you lift lighter weights with higher repetitions. And I'm here to tell you that you need to be doing all of the above and more if you want a well-rounded fitness program. Before we get started, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. That way I know that you're into chatty videos like this. And also, if you're not already, go ahead and consider subscribing, because I try to put out videos every single week. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I do try. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more future videos. The first way that you can essentially build muscle is through mechanical tension, which just means pretty much lifting heavy. Of course, there is a sweet spot, and this is going to depend on the exercise as well as the level of fitness that you are. So maybe for a beginner, somebody who's just starting out, you're probably going to want to push your reps a little bit higher. So you'll probably find that sweet spot at about 12 reps or so, 8 to 12 reps. And if you're more of an advanced lifter, you'll probably find that range somewhere a little bit lower, because you're essentially going to be a little bit stronger, so you'll be able to lift more weight with less repetitions, if that makes any sort of sense. The sweet spot is typically 90% of your maximum, so the maximum amount that you can lift. But again, it just depends on the exercise, it depends on the fitness level, and yeah, depends on you. Obviously, if you're lifting a really high amount of weight and your form starts to suffer, your other muscles might have to compensate for, you know, the weakness in, you know, say your glutes or something. If you're squatting, you might put more of that weight in your back, and we definitely don't want that. We're not here to sling weight around. We're not trying to lift the whole gym. That's all I'm saying. The second way to build muscle is through metabolic stress, which is the basically the pump. So if you've ever heard of the term repping out, you're just, you know, you take a 5-pound dumbbell and you're just, you know, repping it out. That is another way for you to essentially build muscle. This is going to create that constant tension in the muscle. So if you're doing bicep curls, that constant up and then down, up and then down, that's just constant tension that's going to be placed on that bicep. Of course, if you're doing correct form and all of that. So that is a great way to build muscle. You can do that. You're gonna also want to drop that weight down, so you're not gonna be lifting as heavy, obviously. And the third way to build muscle is through muscle damage. This is the feeling that you get a day or two after your workout and you are unbelievably sore. So maybe you've had a back day where, you know, the next day you can't even turn your steering wheel because your back is so sore. That's when you know you've had a good ass workout. But this is also a way to damage the muscle. You can do this a few different ways. One is by focusing on the negative or the eccentric or lengthening phase of an exercise. So for example, if you are squatting, the lengthening phase would be the lowering phase of that squat. So as you're going down, you're gonna really exaggerate and focus on time under tension, basically. So just going very slowly down, and then you're gonna be a little bit quicker when you shoot up. So you're gonna go down, 1, 2, 3, and then shoot back up. Another way that you can achieve muscle damage is by just changing up your workout, spicing things up. So it's you know, it's nice to stick to a regimented program, and you're making sure that you're lifting more and more weight or adding your reps and your sets every week or every 2 weeks or however your training program is. That's a great way to build muscle, but also just spicing things up, doing something different, you know, maybe doing yoga one day and then changing it up, adding a few CrossFit exercises or something like that. Adding things into your routine that you don't normally do will keep your muscles sort of guessing and keep them growing. Because basically what happens is you're working out and your muscles are gonna have to adapt because they're like, lady, I'm not going through that again. So yeah, then they're going to, that's when they do their, go into their repairing stage. When you're resting and recovering, that's really when your muscles essentially are building to kind of build as a defense mechanism. And lastly, I just wanted to say that you can implement all 3 into your training. You can do them in separate days. So if you have maybe 2 or 3 different leg days during the week, I know a lot of ladies like to increase their frequency in their training, and you can do it that way. You can have a really heavy leg day and hit your legs with heavy squats, heavy dumbbell or heavy deadlifts and things like that. And then you can have another day where you are just repping it out. Maybe you're doing some banded exercises. Maybe you're doing, you know, body weight lunges or something like that. Those are pretty much all the ways to build muscle. I hope that you guys took something from this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. That way yeah, I know that you took something from this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next week.